First state witness in the R25-million Nulane trial will now undergo further cross-examination in the High Court in Mahlangu tomorrow.
Today, the trial in the criminal case brought by the prosecuting authorities' investigative directorate kicked off. National Treasury's Siphiwe Mahlangu, a forensic audit services professional, began his testimony.
Lungasani Daniel Mancha, the lawyer for the first accused, Peter Debete, began cross-examining Mahlangu this afternoon. Our reporter Erin Bates joins us from court. Erin, good evening to you. Mancha is representing the first accused, the former head of agriculture in the Free State. What grievances has he raised?
Well, Stephen, we had a number of grievances about the bundle handed up to the acting judge Nompumelelo Gusha, presiding over this trial now underway, day one of this sort of high-stakes state capture matter, although the amount's only 255 million rand. But Mancha raising questions not only about the file and the veracity of the documents in it. We had input from other counsel on the sensitivity of the contents, which include financial flows, and documents scrutinized by Mahlangu at National Treasury. He looks at forensics, he uses his forensic eyes to look at audits, to look at finances and records, and we had a number of exhibits, including a letter pertaining to some of the business dealings around this agreement between the Free State government and Nulane Investments, Nulane 204, in order to do that feasibility study, which according to the NPA's ID was ultimately done, the legwork, the real donkey's work, was done by Deloitte for a mere 1.5 million rand.
The state's got 35 witnesses. Do we know much about some of the others?
Yes, Stephen. Well, that 35-person list is from the indictment signed by the former head of the ID, Hermione Crinier, back in October 2021. And we understand there may well be some changes to it. In fact, Mahlangu, who we've heard from today and will continue to undergo cross-examination tomorrow, is a well way down that list. I think he is in the 20s of that list. He is from Treasury, as we've said. There are also witnesses who represent different banks because, of course, the financial flows are critical to the evidence of the NPA's ID here. We've also got insiders from the Free State Agriculture Department, and that's because amongst the 8 accused, 2 of which are companies, are former seniors in that very department, the likes of Peter Debete, Saipati Dlamini, and others. And so that witness list is all going to be, ventilated, really. We're going to have those witness testimonies over the coming weeks as we head up to the final date set down for trial, the 3rd of March. But if you're hoping for eyeballs on the input of those witnesses, sorry for you, the judge has ruled that the press cannot broadcast witness testimony, and that following consultations between different counsel on the prospect of that witness testimony jeopardizing or massaging influencing the input of others still to come. So we'll see. There may be some pushback from members of the press in the public interest, but at this stage that's all off the screens as we move into day 2 of the trial tomorrow.
Another prominent case also happening in the Free State this week. Who's due in the dock there?
Well, that's former NEC of Agriculture in the Free State, Mosebenzi Zwane, due in court on the 25th. That's Wednesday. And if 25 million rand doesn't sound like a lot of money, how's 250 million rand? That's round about the figure involved in his state capture case, which will be due in court. Another criminally accused as these cases start to find their way before the bench here in the Free State.
Erin Bates, our reporter in court for you, I suspect this week and perhaps for much of 2023. Thank you very much indeed.